51 in achievement in 2016. 51, 50 states plus the District of Columbia. I know from experience that when I was tenured in an urban district, it allowed me to advocate for my students in ways that I could not have if I feared for my job, including pushing back on racist practices such as eliminating the only African American history class in a school with an over 60% population of minority students. So I just wanted to address that piece. So let's talk about achievement. Achievement is measured in a variety of ways, depending on who you ask, right? However, when we control for poverty, the international PISA test, which is the only test that has been around for decades and decades and kind of consistent, right? Not all these new tests that we're not sure who they're made by, who they're normed to, anything like that. When poverty is controlled, it shows that U.S. students outperform most of the world. So what does that mean, right? Poverty itself does not keep anyone from learning or achieving. Many of us are living examples of surpassing economic and social barriers to become highly successful. However, just like we can't ignore systemic racism because some of our white friends aren't racist, we can't ignore that systemic poverty comes with a myriad of issues that affect everything from healthcare to education to jobs to transportation. So in the same way, we can't ignore a lot of these systemic charter issues because there are pockets of success here and there. We can't just look at that. This is a much bigger issue, which is why I support the national moratorium. So as has been mentioned, charter schools as a whole, I'm not talking about the individual ones that serve special populations. As a whole, they serve fewer students with disabilities, fewer English language learners, and fewer students whose parents can't participate in mandatory time commitments, often imposed as a condition of attendance. They have made the national news for fraudulent activities, Connecticut, as you've heard, with Jamoki Academy and things like that. When charter schools students return, the money doesn't go back. We've heard about that. So I'll close with my idea on solutions, and this is from my parent and community organizer standpoint. I want my children to attend a nearby school with students with disabilities, with English language learners, with a diverse population that receive a culturally competent education. That's my choice. In order to achieve this, I think we have to truly invest in our communities, in local schools that have a positive effect on the many intertwining issues that currently plague our most vulnerable communities. In an effort to bring equity to traditional public schools, it's an effort as loud as the charter school movement took place in all of our local communities to improve local public schools. We would not be so reliant on the chance labeled as choice.